Okay, well, good afternoon and welcome to Top Down Aerials. This is my very first live stream, my very first video doing this. And so let me introduce myself. I am a drone pilot, licensed Part 107 drone pilot, and I like to fly drones. I've flew drones for the last couple of years now. I started off with radio control and with my dad when I was a teenager. I learned to fly quadcopters and things. A little bit behind the game because everybody got into drones before I did, and my very first drone that I bought for myself was a Phantom 4, the latest thing, so pretty amazing. What I'm doing now is I'm doing some live streaming. I figured out how to use a Raspberry Pi to create a live stream that I can record and I can put out to Twitch, so I'm really excited about that. I am running it all out of running this here Phantom 4. And so on, and you're going to be able to see a live stream of me flying my drone today and see from the drone's perspective. So, forgive me for being a little rough, but this is my very first try, and I'm pretty excited about it. So, I am going to see if I can make this a go and get it going. I fly volunteer search for the local emergency manager, and I've done that for a few years. I'm flying for flooding and for different things. So let me show you something else I got going on here. I'm going to go ahead and pull up the drone feed. You can see there's the drone. That's what it's looking at right now. I'll give you a little bit of a look at my box here, and you can see here's my setup, and it's got a little bit of a lag to it, but it's not too bad. And hopefully it'll catch up, and you can see the Raspberry. Oh, there's my Raspberry Pi popping out. Let me see if I can reestablish a link here. Drone disconnected. I may have to try this again. It was working, I promise. Let's see what it does. I may have bumped a button I shouldn't have. So, still disconnected. It's disconnected here. It's not embarrassing at all for my first try. Okay, there we go. Got the drone back. There we go. There we go. Just be kind of careful here. You can see I've got my box set up here, and inside that box I've got my, you can kind of see, there it is, my Raspberry Pi set up all in here and doing this whole thing. It's a little bit of a wacky setup, but I'm getting there. So 3-second lag is not too bad. I was doing it wireless and had about a 30-second lag, and now I've been able to continue on. Or I've developed, I got it all wired together now. I've only got maybe a 3 to 4 second lag with the drone. So let's go ahead and take off, and I'll give you a view of my neighborhood, and we'll see how that turns out, huh? There you go. How's that? All right. Doing a nice pedestal shot here. So I've learned to try to do some cinematic things, but not the super best pilot in the world. I know a lot of people are out there doing it with their FPV drones, and I'm just doing some of this stuff with a cinematic drone, but you know how it is. So anyway, all right, so now what you're looking at is looking at south, or let's say that's northwest Omaha. You turn now and look, and you can see that now we're looking at southwest Omaha over here. That interstate you can see in the background is the interchange of I-480, I-80, and Highway 75, so not too bad. No, there we go. Got a little bit of a bump in there. Catching up. Alright, gotta keep watching my screen there. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and turn it now. Looking east towards Iowa and then swing it around. Alright, looking northeast now towards downtown. You've got the Woodman Tower and the First National Tower in the background, all within view. Not too bad. Okay. So I'm kind of testing my system. I'm going to try to run for about a battery, and then when I'm out, I'm out. So I figure at this point, me being as new as I am, there aren't very many people watching, so I can't imagine that it would be too bad a thing. People watch it afterwards, and we'll see. So, but anyway, my first try. We're going to look straight down now. We're at 397 feet above ground level. And we're going to kind of give you a view of the neighborhood here. Alright, we're going to fly straight north now. I'm going to turn away from my camera so I can see my drone here. Give you a chance to look at it, get that beautiful flyover going. As a licensed 107 pilot, I try to follow absolutely every single rule that there is. So that includes airspace. I use a loft to get my airspace authorizations, my Part 107 lanes. Okay, alright, I can see the drone from where I'm standing, so I'm still within line of sight. Here in a few seconds, you'll see me giving you some back and forth. It's a little bit windy up there, so it's giving me some little bit of issues. What I'm looking down at now is Center Street in Omaha. So that's kind of a neat view there. So look up and turn towards the west. Alright, there is Field Club Golf Course that you're looking at. And it's a beautiful course. I've never played it, but I've lived close to it almost my entire life. Veterans Affairs Medical Center coming up in your view right there. Should be pretty much center frame. So I got my permission there. I'm staying within line of sight. And giving me a good view here. So it's legal to fly over neighborhoods. Don't try to fly in and look in somebody's window. I know people are worried about that. So it's kind of a sad deal there. People do stuff like that. That's not me. I much prefer doing illegal stuff here. It's fun to do a flyover looking straight down. I'm not flying too close. I know it's not quite as crazy as flying in an FPV drone, but I don't know. I kind of like doing this. I like flying around and seeing what I can see and doing all of that. All right, there it is. This Phantom 4 is so awesome. I borrowed it. My work's got a Phantom 3, and I borrowed that and have flown that quite a bit. And I liked it a lot, especially for its power, but it's not as precise as this Phantom 4. The camera's not quite as nice. Give you a nice little overview of what it looks like there. What a struggle, huh? Alright, so keeping it in line of sight, trying to fly the drone. So my goal with this channel is just to do some flying, tell you some of the things that I've learned while flying it, some of the struggles I've had. Like today. Today is really bright, and you can tell from the quality of the footage that things tend to be a bit washed out. Well, one of the things that they talk about is using neutral density filters. I've been reading up on that a little bit. I got some cheap ones, and I'll give those a bit of a try. I tried them once, and I didn't see a huge difference, but giving it a try. I gotta learn how to use it all. If you follow me on Instagram, TopDownOmaha, or on, we're going to be having YouTube pretty soon. That's where this video is going to go. Once I get it finished streaming here, kind of double dip a little bit, see if I can't get some work going, start a channel, do some stuff. I know I'm just kind of putting holes in the sky right now, but mostly this flight is less about flying the drone and just getting in contact with y'all on Twitch, giving it a try, and putting it up on YouTube, seeing if I can get my whole system going. The way I got this thing set up with this live stream like this, I can send it to phone calls, or I should say video calls. The other day I did it for the Dodge County Emergency Manager, and we got it up on Zoom, and it worked out pretty well. So I kind of liked it. I'm just kind of looking at seeing what my screen looks like, and yeah, I like how it's keeping up. I'm getting little bits of signals here and there, but doing that. Just want to keep it up. It's a little bit laggy today. A little bit of stuff going on. I am hoping to go out and do a video or do a stream to do some interesting places. I might try downtown. I did try to go live to Facebook on downtown, and there's just a lot of signal interference, so it didn't work out well. So I may have to try another spot, see if I can find a spot with a good connection. I'll be running this through my phone as the Wi-Fi. Basically as my cable modem. Y'all know this stuff probably better than I do, but I sure do like what I'm doing. So pretty neat. I want to show you what I know as far as doing some video shots, some videography, some filmography. Show you some of the stuff I do for Dodge County. When I get to that, that'll be coming up in a few months. I'll try to be live while I'm out flying for him, and you'll get a chance to see what we're doing. So if I don't, I may be in a call with him on Zoom and doing it, or I might actually see if I can't just record it for you and then put it up. So, but I'm learning a few things. So while we're at it, I'm going to come on down closer to home, and we'll give this a try. I might try to get some night flights going so you can see that. I got on my Instagram, you can see I got a really neat video with some pictures of the buildings downtown at night. Not bad at all. I thought they turned out pretty well. I was excited about them. The building on 9/11 was lit up red, white, and blue at Woodman, so I went ahead and got some photos and videos of that. It turned out pretty well. I was excited. So, all right, so I'm going to come down here a bit. I'm not going to come all the way down. Looking at my battery, I'm at 61% battery in the drone. And right now, the entire setup is running on battery. I've got a power bank that you use to charge your phone, running the Wi-Fi router, plugging in my phone, and also running the Raspberry Pi computer. So I'm completely battery powered. The laptop's running off of its own battery supply. And of course, the drone system's all on its battery. So it's a lot of batteries to keep track of, but I'm hoping that I get a fairly long run time. I want to eventually do videos that go across at least 2 batteries. So that'll give you a good 45 minutes. Alright, so we're getting a little bit of that. Let's do a little bit of a pedestal shot, but instead of looking west where all the sun is, we're going to go ahead and look east here. I'm going to do this pedestal shot. Now, pedestal shot goes straight up. So I'm going to start down here. Alright, here we go. Pedestal shot. Straight up. You just watch everything kind of turn into this thing. And you may have seen something like this in the movies where they do that, called the pedestal shot. Pretty neat stuff. You go straight from there all the way up to 400 feet, and you start to see some cool stuff. So, yep, there I am at 400 feet, not too bad. Huh. Well, there goes my... There we go. Got an interruption in my video there. So we're having a little bit of interference today. But not to worry. Not to worry at all. If I was flying beyond visual line of sight, that's when I would worry, actually. Not very excited about having lag and losing contact with my drone if it's beyond visual line of sight. I did that once by accident, and then after a few minutes of panic, I remembered, oh yeah, return to home button, and that totally worked. Because even though the video itself was out of range, the drone wasn't. So, a little bit of a view. Should we do another one? Let's do, if we look straight down and fly. Okay. Let's take this photo, which I will go ahead and do. Here we go. That's called a Nader Shot. That means straight down on top of it. Learn that out flying at Valmont as part of their training, which I recommend for drone pilots. Really, really fun, and they teach you some cool stuff that works along with what they're doing. So if we set it at an angle like this, okay, and we kind of fly over it, it's called flyover, just like that there, okay, and I don't want to play with that too much, because again, we're getting some signal interference, and I'm at 49% battery, so I ain't going to play around. I'm going to keep that drone well within sight so I can bring it down. Okay, there's flyover. And then y'all are probably really, really familiar with orbit. So I'm going to go ahead and set up one of those. That's a smart mode here in the drone world, in this Phantom. And I'm going to set an orbit up and give you a view of the neighborhood doing an orbit shot. I can program that through my menu. At some point, I think I'll probably try to upgrade myself and get a nice orbit going there and show you how to do that. Get it set up so you can look down and see my tablet and what the controls look like as I'm doing it. Okay, so there it is. I'm basically looking straight down at my landing spot where I'm standing now. And I'm going to go, it's in the menu on my thing. I can draw an orbit. I can set up an orbit. I'm going to do, they call it point of interest in the DJI world. Okay, so I set up there. I record my point of interest. I'm going to back the drone up and tilt it towards my center. Now, right, we definitely have some lag in the video there. Things are slowing down. Okay, I'm going to try to put my center point back in there. My radius is too big. That's 400 feet. It's going to take forever. So we're going to give it a try. Much less. Let's do about a 200-foot radius. Okay. Keeping our landing point in the center. It's 275. I think that looks okay for now. Come on, drone, get it together. You go out to places where there's not as much interference. Not too bad. I'm going to click apply. And now, at 1.8 miles an hour, it is slowly orbiting. I'm going to go ahead and up it to about 11 miles an hour. HFC. Hit the record button here. Now we're recording point of interest, which is roughly about where our landing point is, keeping it in the center. It's coming around through the sun, makes it harder to see there. Keep an eye on it there. It goes around. bright sunny days are beautiful, but they can be kind of hard on your eyes when you're flying them. That is one thing I like about the Phantom 4. I have flown Mavic. I have flown Mavic Mini. I've flown Tello drones. I've flown, what else? Sparks. And they're all okay. But the Phantom is this big old honking drone. And it is just better, better, better as far as seeing what you want to see up in the sky. On a hazy day or anything that's just not super bright, I do my nighttime strobe on top of it, and that works pretty well to help me keep track of it. So right now I've got a big white drone up against bright blue sky, absolutely gorgeous, and recording this beautiful, beautiful orbit of the landing zone and doing pretty well. We're down to 34% battery, and at about 30% I'm going to bring it down and then we'll end this broadcast. So we'll give it a chance to finish its orbit as it goes around. One complete orbit, and then it'll set us up for coming in for a landing. Okay, now. Alright, I'm pretty happy with that. I'm going to exit. Alright, and I'm going to stop my recording of the drone. And I'm going to go ahead and bring it in for a landing as it is, because by the time it said 31%, by the time I get down, it'll be under 30%. So one of the things that I do, that I was taught to do, is actually point my drone back in towards me so that it's looking away from me. I'm going a little fast there for y'all, sorry. And then that way, my right is right and my left is left, and you don't get as confused when you're coming down with your drone. So I do have some power lines that I have to watch out for, so I'm going to come down nice and slow. I'm going to watch out for those power lines and be able to land without dealing with them. I'm coming underneath them, but nice and low and easy, and you'll see that I'm above the ground. I want to land on the concrete pad, and I should have put out my my landing pad, and I didn't. So that's something I'll work on. But kind of like trying to teach myself to do it, and it's 100 different things. So a little kerfuffle with getting the video started at the beginning, but the last thing I want to do right now is crash while I'm live, and y'all will see that, and I'd be super embarrassed about it. You might be able to hear my drone beeping now, the controller, because it's got this advanced obstacle detection, which is pretty good. Alright, come on down. I'm low enough now. I'm going to turn it for my camera tilted up a bit. If there's any dirt on the landing site, it's not going to be getting all over my camera. That's another reason to do the landing site. There we go. Alright, now the drone is down and safe. So, well, that is my final minute of flight there. Battery went down pretty quick on that, 22%. Just because we've got some wind up there, and I like to keep a cushion on that. So, now I'm going to go ahead and shut everything down and see how my battery's held up. My everything was on full charge before I started, and now we're going to see how much I used up just for this roughly 20-25 minutes of flight. So that's what I got. Thanks again for watching Top Down Aerials. You can find me on Patreon as Top Down Aerials. You can find me on YouTube, and there's some links there on my page there. So if you happen to stumble across this and you're interested in drones, come check us out, and hopefully you'll have as good a time as I have. So thanks a lot, and we'll see you next time. Stop streaming.